like her?
Why you don't like her? You personally? Why?
Because she got money. That's why. That's why I don't like her. And her son, she...
That's his mother. Wrong, right, or indifferent, she gonna lie, steal, kill, and protect.
You know that's led by money. He wants you to tell the truth. He really trying to get to the bottom of something. And I was like, yo, that's a smart ass. He looking at it like, nah, like, Nick, I don't want nobody on here that's motivated by money. I'm not paying, you know, he might come.
Just when you'd think they'd be pulling together to help get him out of jail, the exact opposite seems to be happening. And here's the most shocking part. There are whispers that Janice Combs might have actually betrayed her own grandson, King Combs, for money. I know, it's absolutely mind-blowing. And people online just can't wrap their heads around this family drama.
You've been able to speak to your son.
What did you say to him when you visited him in court? Is he doing... How are you feeling today?
The tea is piping hot with rumors swirling that Janice has been helping herself to Diddy's kids' money. Can you believe it? Everyone's asking the same question. What in the world is really going on here? Is Janice actually throwing her own grandson under the bus when he needs her support the most, especially with his father behind bars? The situation is looking messier by the minute. Let me tell you, things are getting seriously intense in the Combs family. King Combs and his grandmother Janice are supposedly at each other's throats over Diddy's fortune. And get this, they seem more concerned about getting their hands on his money than actually helping him get out of jail. It's like they've already accepted that he's staying put behind those bars. But wait until you hear this bombshell. Word on the street is that Janice isn't even planning to help with Diddy's bail. Instead, she's laser focused on his mountains of money. Now, we all know Diddy has been absolutely crushing it in the hip-hop world for years. I mean, Bad Boy Records, the Sean John clothing empire, Cyrock, Revolt TV, the man's been unstoppable. But honey, none of that glitter and gold is doing him any favors now that he's cooling his heels in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, waiting for his trial in May 2025. He's been there since his arrest in September 2024, and despite his family, including Janice, his partner, and his kids, putting on a united front in public, the behind-the-scenes drama is absolutely juicy. Sources are spilling that Janice has her sights set on Diddy's fortune and is totally throwing King Combs under the bus. According to In Touch Weekly, and this is the real tea, Janice thinks she should be running the show, but King isn't having any of it. He believes he should be in charge, and honey, the tension is through the roof. Someone even called it a real-life Godfather situation. How scandalous is that? Now Janice, who stepped up to raise Diddy after his father passed away in 1972, did make this heartfelt statement defending her son on October 6, 2024. She said, "I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness to what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words." While all this drama is unfolding, Diddy's bank account is taking some serious hits with these massive legal bills. Would you believe he's had to put his Beverly Hills mansion on the market for a whopping $61.5 million? That's the same place he bought for $40 million back in 2014. And that's not all. He's even planning to sell his Gulfstream jet that cost him $60 million, plus another $3.5 million every year just to keep it running. His former lawyer Mark Geragos spilled the tea about these kinds of cases costing absolute fortunes, with top lawyers charging up to $1,750 an hour. But hold on to your seats because Janice Combs is stirring up even more drama by exposing King Combs. Apparently, King's been trying to act all tough by pretending to have gang connections. He even dropped a diss track aimed at 50 Cent, making all these threats and claiming he's connected to Chicago's South Side. Can you believe the nerve? And Janice exposing him like this? Critics are calling her moves sloppy and reckless, saying she's just making everything worse for both King and his dad. But wait, there's more. Janice is claiming that King's attempts to prove his street cred go way beyond his music. A video of King went viral where he's shouting GDK, Gangster Disciple Killer, and throwing up gang signs connected to the BDs. a symbol linked to Chicago's Gangster Disciples, which is a seriously dangerous gang. People are absolutely shocked. I mean, why would someone who grew up with a silver spoon suddenly try to act like they're from the streets?
Thank you, baby.
GDK.
I don't know why that's such a popular trend for people to say that thing.
King Yella, who's actually a real member of the Gangster Disciples, was one of the first people to call King out. In his video, Yella was totally shocked, saying, "I see Puff Daddy's son saying GDK." He just couldn't wrap his head around why King would get mixed up in gang stuff, especially with everything his dad's going through.
I look on the internet and I see Puff Daddy's son come out with GDK. It's not a good time while your daddy fighting all these allegations and crazy stuff he got going on with him right now.
Why would you want to be part of this right now? Yella asked, pointing out how absolutely terrible the timing was. He even spilled that King had reached out to him before for advice about making drill music. Yella didn't hold back, saying, "You weren't raised in the streets, you're rich, your dad is fighting serious allegations, and now you're talking about GDK? His advice? Stick to what you know and don't pretend to be something you're not.
Why would you even try to involve yourself into a GDK movement or anything, gang? You was born famous and rich and famous. Like, what are you doing?
Yella even warned King about the serious dangers of messing with gang life, saying, "Don't let the GDs get to you, dude. Goofy." He made it crystal clear that playing around with gang culture isn't some game. It can have real, dangerous consequences. The video of King shouting GDK and throwing gang signs spread like wildfire online, and people were not holding back their criticism. Everyone agreed with Yella. King's just trying to act tough, but he's making everything so much worse. And speaking of worse, can you believe how far Diddy's life has fallen? From throwing the most glamorous parties and being on top of the world, to facing serious legal troubles while his own family, his son and mom, are just adding fuel to the fire. But hold on to your seats because the drama doesn't stop there. There's even more trouble brewing for Christian than we thought. What's happening now is just the tip of the iceberg, and a storm is coming. Christian Combs was reportedly served legal papers at his father's Miami mansion, and the accusations are serious. According to In Touch Weekly, a woman named Grace O'Marcaigh had someone hand him the papers. She's accusing him of battery and emotional distress. Now, here's where it gets really messy. O'Marcaigh claims that while she was working as a stewardess on a yacht Diddy rented in July 2022, what should have been a nice family trip turned into absolute chaos with drug use, disorder, and unwanted behavior. O'Marcaigh, who's represented by attorney Tyrone Blackburn, says Christian became inappropriately interested in her during the trip, pressured her to drink shots, and later assaulted her in a secluded room. She says this horrible experience completely derailed her yachting career, caused her physical and emotional pain, and even led to her breaking up with her longtime partner. Aaron Dyer, the lawyer representing both Christian and his father, Sean Diddy Combs, fired back saying, "This is just another loud and meritless claim from Tyrone Blackburn, just like what he filed in the Rodney Jones lawsuit, which he still hasn't served. This complaint is filled with the same kind of manufactured lies and irrelevant facts we've come to expect from Blackburn." Dyer didn't stop there. He added that this is exactly why a federal judge in New York recently slapped Blackburn for his pattern of behavior in improperly filing cases in federal court to grab media attention, embarrass defendants with scandalous allegations, and pressure them into quick settlements. All this drama with Christian is unfolding while his father Diddy sits in jail, waiting for his trial next year. The music mogul, who keeps getting denied bond, could face up to 15 years behind bars if he's found guilty. Despite these serious allegations, Diddy maintains he's innocent, and his children are standing by his side. But after all these allegations against King Combs came out, people online started throwing around the phrase "like father, like son." This has made it even harder for him to defend his dad or fight against Janice for control of his dad's fortune. His own reputation is in absolute shambles. But wait, hold your horses because there's a major bombshell about to drop. This was just one side of the story. Yes, Janice Combs might be trying to expose King Combs, but is she really as pure and righteous as she wants us to believe? Or is she just after Diddy's money too? According to sources, Sean Diddy Combs allegedly used his mother's name to run some shady operations, hiding money in business deals. A former friend who used to work with the troubled music mogul dropped this bombshell, and you won't believe what they revealed.
In the car, it was me, Puff, and his mother got in the car with us. His mother got in the car, he was on the phone, and then he said to his mother, "Yo, didn't I tell you who you're talking to?" I said, "Boy, if you ever talk to your mama like that again around me, I'ma beat the shit out you." "But Gene, I told her to stay out of business."
D Wizzo. Best shared these explosive claims on the Trial of Diddy podcast, saying Combs used his mother Janice Combs to hide publishing rights from artists. Best, who worked on deals back in the late 1990s, said this included artists he signed who worked on the late Notorious B.I.G.'s platinum album Born Again in 1999. Best, who's 56 now, spilled all the tea about how Combs allegedly structured these deals to snatch away publishing rights from both him and the artists. This dirty move supposedly left them with way less money, completely destroying their future earnings. "All of my publishing rights went to Janice Combs," Best revealed. "I'm here to talk about what I believe happened with her involvement. The Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act is meant to hold people accountable for systematic actions. These actions cause financial and emotional hardship not just for me, but for other artists as well, and I think Janice Combs is part of that." Best isn't just talking. He's planning to take legal action against Janice Combs and her company since those bad boy deals were supposedly signed in her name. He also dropped another bombshell, saying Combs pulled the same stunt with songs his company worked on for other albums like Black Rob's Life Story, 2000, and Diddy's own Forever, 1999, both of which went platinum. Now, while it's not unusual for record labels to take some of the artist's publishing rights, this has become a huge issue in the industry, especially now that artists are fighting to protect their future earnings. And get this, other artists like Mark Curry have also accused Diddy of using his mom to get around deals, making everything even more complicated for them. Back in 2020, rapper Ma G went on this viral rant accusing Diddy of taking away his publishing rights, saying, "How dare this ninja talking about he want receipts? Let's start with your mother, ninja. Your mother got the receipts and everything is in your mother's name." Best, who now coaches youth sports after leaving his gang lifestyle and turning to religion, shared how he became friends with Combs and Notorious B.I.G. at Hollywood parties. He said Combs would often reach out to him for protection or to check if certain areas of LA were safe for him. Best even claims he helped smooth things over when Suge Knight, head of Death Row Records, threatened Combs thanks to his street connections. "By this being my hometown, I knew how to maneuver through the community," Best explained. "Let's just say everybody knew about the situation between Suge and Puffy." Combs and his artists would often come to LA to record and party, and Best says he became especially close to Biggie, who he described as more laid back compared to the arrogant Combs. Best was actually with Biggie the night he was killed in that tragic drive-by shooting in 1997, right after leaving a party at the Peterson Automotive Museum. Best remembers trying to warn Biggie to stay close to him that night. They got separated briefly, and that's when he heard those fatal shots that took Biggie's life. "I never understood how he wasn't with me when we exited through the door," Best shared emotionally. "I feel like someone literally pulled him away from me and said, 'Let's go this way.'" Best believes Biggie had been planning to leave Combs and Bad Boy before his death. People are absolutely shocked by these new revelations about Diddy allegedly using his mother's name for shady business dealings involving huge amounts of money. But honestly, many aren't even surprised anymore. They expected anything from him at this point. Critics are saying that watching his family fight over money like this, with Janice's son and Christian's dad in jail, just proves how far they'll go for money. Many believe the family is just falling apart, exposing each other, and breaking into pieces. That's all for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching.